What's a movie that no human should ever suffer through? Gotti found it on Netflix and thought it was a cool made by Netflix telling of his story. It's not. It stars John Travolta in the title role and is, I think, a made-for-TV movie that happens to be on Netflix. It is excruciatingly bad. You're waiting for it to get better. And waiting. And waiting. It will not get better. It will anger you and destroy your faith in movies and the world in general. Avoid. I watched it 3 years ago accidentally and I am still angry. Repeat. Avoid. A Wrinkle in Time. You had one job. What the hell is this movie? It literally skipped the entire end. The part that had most of the character development. It is entirely different. And some stuff, which, just in case, I won't spoil. Mean Girls 2 Cats. Cats. Dragon Ball Evolution. Live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender. That Winnie the Pooh horror movie. Why was that made? Geely. The Emoji Movie. Even the kids who were so amped to see it were bored. The Sherlock Holmes with Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. I think I made it 10 minutes in before giving up. A Serbian film. Son of the Mask. Cats. My wife and I put it on a few weekends ago. Hate watch and riff on it. But we weren't prepared for quite how bad that was. Jack and Jill. I do not wish this on my worst enemies. A Serbian film. Seriously. Don't make my mistake. You cannot unsee this. Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas. The Last Airbender. Jaws: The Revenge. Just tried to watch it and made it only halfway. Terrible. Human Centipede. The entire movie industry of the country of Serbia has been stained by one particular movie. Mac and Me. Paul Rudd turned it into a funny bit on Conan. But do not be fooled. I have never in my life felt such horrific boredom. An absolute disgrace. Highlander 2: The Quickening. It's Pat the Movie. 50 Shades of Grey. Battlefield Earth. Aragon edit for spelling error. Rain Man 2 sucked. I think it was only sold on VHS at Kmart. Holmes Watson. A movie so terrible. The studio said it should never see the light of day. TV warned it would never be aired. And yet for some reason, Netflix elected to ignore both and put it out there anyway. It's rare I give up on a movie before it even starts, but based on the trailer, I didn't even bother. The reviews and all the backlash it got seemed to support my decision. Thanksgiving 3. Space Jam: A New Legacy. Anything directed by Uwe Boll. Glitter. Showing my age here. Bolero. Horrible movie. All it was for was to have writer-director John Derek say, "See my wife Bo Derek naked? Isn't she hot? Huh? She's hot, right? Yeah. You get to see her naked but I get to tap that. I bet you're so jealous." The movie was so bad I was feeling ill by the end of it. The Ayn Rand Atlas Shrugged trilogy. You could arguably make a compelling film about a repellent philosophy, Leni Riefenstahl, for instance. But this ain't it. Each installment got progressively fewer tomatoes, 12, 4, and 0 none percents. Man, I hate to say this, but Bill Burr's new and first movie Old Dads was god-awful emo. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The 70s version with the Bee Gees, Peter Frampton and every C-list movie actor they could find. A literal crime against humanity. I remember a critic referring to it as a pile of burning dog shit. God is Not Dead. Any of them. My sex tape edit. It's really a one-man show. Star Wars Holiday Special. Come and see. It's a World War II movie from the Soviet side, specifically about a partisan being drafted during the Nazi invasion of Belarus. But there's no epic battle scenes like you'd find in Saving Private Ryan. It's just the cold reality of war with some psychological horror thrown in for good measure. Unlike some of the movies on this list, it's genuinely a good movie, but not necessarily one that some people can watch more than once. Human Centipede 1, 2, or 3. I was bored one day and watched all 3. Steer clear. Last House on the Left. Rough watch for me for a lot of reasons. There is no Atla movie in Ba Sing Se. Lion King 2019. Oh Hi Mark. Unfriended. Mule Feathers with Don Knotts. And I like Don Knotts. It was so bad I kept watching it. I received it as a gift decades ago on VHS thinking I was missing something and that it would get better. It didn't. Any of the Human Centipede movies. Just don't do it. Requiem for a Dream is just extremely upsetting. Not bad but not enjoyable to watch whatsoever. Sausage Party was the worst, literally walked out. And I love juvenile humor. Catwoman. A Serbian film. I refuse to watch it. Tusk. Movie 43 saw this when it came out, regret it. The Human Centipede. Tusks. I'm just glad I'm not seeing Twilight mentioned here much. I really enjoyed all of the movies. I'm a 39-year-old straight Army veteran and truck driver. Anything directed by Tyler Perry. WW84. Salo. People will trip over themselves to talk about how great a film it is. But it's hollow and meaningless. Jack and Jill. Open Water 2. Grave of the Fireflies, not because it's bad. It's incredible, but suffer you will if you watch it. Batman and Robin. I saw it in theaters, and I couldn't believe how bad it truly was. Tusk. The English Patient. Polanski's Repulsion with Catherine Deneuve. My late mom was seriously mentally ill. Watching this movie was like watching my mom at her worst. I'll never watch it again.